Hello everybody. Welcome back to the second Chariot video series of the, I believe it was the Striker Booster Pack, the Thunderbolt 10 SE. If you say it quick enough, it's Tennessee. So the Thunderbolt 10 SE was made as part of the Eridani Light Horse series of Thunderbolt modifications, I believe, anyway. The 5 SE being the original, which the S is the standard, the E standing for Eridani. And there was a 7 and a 9, and this being the 10 of the model. Pretty straightforward build, idiot-proof, which is great for me, being I am a massive idiot. It has triple ER mediums, a single ER PPC, and a LRM-10, alongside some nifty support equipment, including ECM, which isn't unique to this one, it was also on the 9 SE. It has mask, so it can speedy boy around the map, and it's also got jump jets, which was also a concession that was made in some regards for it to be able to be a little more maneuverable in earlier SE modifications. So overall, I believe it's the last of the SE mods that were made for the Thunderbolt. It basically turns the mech into more of a kind of speedy support unit, I'd say. It definitely sacrifices some of its firepower for the necessary inclusion of some of these pieces of equipment. It comes standard with double heat sinks, and to be honest, with the MechLab build I made no changes at all, outside of sticking some skill points on it for, you know, the usual things, extra armor and a little bit of extra speed and all the rest of it, as you do in MechWarrior Online. It's untouched. I actually didn't make any changes to it at all in the MechLab. So it's quite a significant factor for me, at least, that I didn't have to really do anything to the mech. It's really fun. It's quite. I like this build. It's not got a huge punch, which you'll see by my damage score at the end. Maybe it was just I wasn't in enough of the fight. Which, by the way, this match was the classic rotate and spank game type, where my team were the ones who were highly aggressive, kept maneuvering, and never staying still, while the other team, sadly, not to knock them, did have a few people who ended up kind of trailing behind, and they got separated, and it went from there. Anyone who's played MechWarrior Online long enough, you've experienced this kind of match type, unfortunately. So, yeah, it didn't work out too well there. For anyone who doesn't know, the Eridani Light Horse, which the E comes from in the designation, is one of the oldest and most well-established mercenary commands in the Inner Sphere. They've been around a whole bunch of different places throughout their very storied history, starting out as a regimental combat team in the far north, in what was originally Kurita Space, later on becomes Brazelhag Space, then working for the likes of the Free Worlds League, going into Steiner, working alongside the FedCom forces. They were involved in Task Force Serpent, post-clan invasion. Yeah, they've been all over the place. And as such, they were established and capable enough to be able to build their own stuff. They're up there with the likes of the Calhounds and Grey Death, those kind of things, being able to develop their own equipment, which is very rare. Very few mercenary companies ever have the kind of clout to be able to pull in that kind of technical expertise, and having the cash, which is the other part. So the Eridani were very effective, very powerful. Sadly, they were written out, they were killed off by the Dark Ages, but honestly, how many Battletech fans really count the Dark Ages actually existing as a thing? Let's face it, if they could retcon it, I think they would, and should, personally. If they ever get to that point again, they should just completely forget the Dark Ages ever existed and just retcon it, if that ever becomes an opportunity. Woo! Got a kill. So, I quite like this mech. Not because of the simplicity of the build, that's a big plus for me. If a design in MechWarrior Online, weapon-wise, is simple enough, I'll always say give it a go, because it's nice when you can kind of play it out the box without having to make too many modifications for your own playstyle, whether you use all of the buttons on your mouse or you're using keys for different fire groups. It's nice when you can kind of just assign things to button 1, button 2, and then a keyboard button or a side mouse button, that kind of thing. The speed boost on the mask is good. The jump jets are very useful, although jump jets still need work in this game. And yeah, the ECM is a great support element, especially in this game, because the more ECM that's around, the less LRMs are getting chucked at you, and that's always a big plus. And it definitely makes the Thunderbolt, which is very tanky mech, a great support choice. And yeah, I'd like to say that I'm pretty decent at shooting down UAVs. that's probably where I'm most accurate, strangely enough. ERPPCs, oh yeah, put a UAV in the air, I'll shoot it down pretty quick. Put a mech in front of me, I can't hit it for save my goddamn life. I don't know why, I'm just very terrible at that. But yeah, really fun. I don't mind it, the old 10SC. Obviously, the next ones that are coming up, they're going to be from the Clan Warden pack, I believe it is. It's a Timberwolf and a Direwolf variant, which I will get around to as soon as they're available for C-bills, as I don't really have the cash or really the interest in buying the pack straight off, to be perfectly honest. I'm happy to wait. I don't think it's going anywhere, so hopefully they'll announce a new mech as instead of a variants pack, though the variants help me with this series, so that's not too bad. It's weird. It is weird being back to the Chariot series. Don't you think it's weird? I think it's weird. Oh, quick note, by the way. Some users I've seen on YouTube have posted comments and then they've been removed by YouTube. This is not me. I haven't done any of this stuff. I don't know why. Top of my head, there was the most recent comment from a user called Ugly Wretch. So if you're watching this, I did see the preview of your comment. When I tried to look at it, it didn't appear. I know this has been happening to Skymaster in the comments as well. I have no idea why it's doing it. I don't know if it's to do with links or something. I've looked all around, I can't seem to find why it's doing it. It seems to be a YouTube problem, so if it happens, try posting again. But yeah, if you don't see me responding, it's because that's happened, and I don't know why. So yeah, that's the end of that one. Terrible score and all. Thanks for watching there, everybody. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you in the next Chariot series or whatever it is that pops up on the channel next time. So have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.